Nothing in the world beats a one-pan meal, and I am getting ready to share 4 with you that you are going to fall in love with. They will make your cooking life complete. So I'm starting with easy Mexican chicken and rice. The shortcuts in this dish are voluminous, if that makes any sense. Such an easy dish. You will not believe how easy it is to pull together. Very quick. And you only dirty up one pan, which is the whole point of a one-pan dish. Fewer dishes. So I have just kind of a little brazier pan, and I had a little bit of olive oil in there. Just added some onion and garlic. And I'm going to stir and get those going. Alex, you're not supposed to say on camera.
Sorry, it smells really good.
Alex can't hide her enthusiasm for food. She's much like her mother. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the spices. A teaspoon of chili powder and a teaspoon of cumin. I'm just eyeballing it. And then half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. It's got a nice kick to it. And a quarter teaspoon of, turmeric. That was a little more than I planned on adding, but that is just okay. Give it a stir, and then I'll add some salt. And then I want to stir these around so that the spices kind of start to toast a little bit and the onions cook. Give me 3 minutes to get that done. All right, so the onions are looking amazing. They're completely coated in all of those herbs and spices. So the next stage of the one-pan dish, a can of tomato sauce. Woo! That's gonna get all over my shirt. And then a can of diced tomatoes and green chilies, flavor and spice. And I'm going to stir and just get it all mixed together before I add one of the most important ingredients, the rice. And guess what I'm using? Bag rice. This is basically microwavable rice. It's all ready to go. And I'm telling you, this stuff is underrated. I think microwave and bag rice kind of got a bad rap once upon a time. But there's so many varieties, and for this, I'm actually using like an organic brown microwave rice. Also have some rotisserie chicken that I shredded. And this is gonna wind up being a pretty generous chicken and rice dish. But as you can see, there is nothing fancy about it at all. And you don't have to use the ready-made rice, but to me, that's kind of part of the hilarious fun of this one-pot dish. Just ripping open 2 bags of rice and dumping them into a pan with all these other ingredients. I'm stirring to get everything all mixed together. That's looking good. Again, nothing fancy about it. So I'm gonna let this cook for another 3 minutes just so the rice can start to absorb some of the flavor, and it's gonna just turn into a pot of magic. Just you wait. All right, it's looking good. It's just got a good Mexican rice vibe with the protein of the chicken. I chopped some cilantro and I'm adding it in. Ooh, the cilantro makes it so pretty. All right, so kind of spread it all into a pretty even layer on top. And then I have a whole bunch of pepper jack cheese. And I mean, a whole bunch is a relative term. It's never enough, in my opinion. I probably could have gone double this amount, but I didn't want to shock you.
I agree.
But oh, yum. So now I'm just gonna put the lid on, turn the heat to low, and give it a couple more minutes until that cheese is melted and bubbly. Okay, I think good things happened under this lid.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was right. My suspicions were correct. Look at this. This is so great because usually when I make this Mexican rice dish, I don't put chicken in it, and it's a great side dish, but with the chicken, it's just this beautiful one-pot dinner, and you can take it straight to the table. I like to put plenty of cilantro on top. So you got cilantro in it and on it. You got cheese on it too, but check it out.
Wow.
That is a beautiful one-pan wonder right there. I have to take a bite.
Can I have a bite?
Because I don't want to lead you astray. It never gets old. So flavorful, so easy, so quick, so good. We are making some really cool recipes today. Everything is just a one pan or one pot meal. Everything is kind of easy and quick and simple. And for this recipe, I'm actually doing a mashup of two favorites on Drummond Ranch. They're a little bit retro. Let me know how this sounds. Sloppy Joe mac and cheese. So I've been browning some ground beef, and I'm gonna add some onion and green bell pepper, which is how I start my regular Sloppy Joe recipe. And then I'm gonna keep stirring and keep cooking the beef until it is totally browned and the veggies are starting to soften. Just give me a few minutes for that. Okay, the meat is brown and the veggies are getting soft. So I'm gonna add pretty much everything else to the mix. Starting with beef broth, just a good old amount. Now I'm actually gonna cook the macaroni in the pot with everything else, and it's gonna cook from the uncooked phase. So that's why I'm adding so much beef broth. The macaroni is gonna absorb most of it. Bag of macaroni, just good old elbow mac. And then ketchup, which is a Sloppy Joe thing. Alex is dubious.
Oh gosh.
Some mustard, and then a little bit of brown sugar. And then to spice things up, some chili powder. And of course, can't help it, hot sauce. Okay, I haven't added any salt and pepper, so I'll go ahead and knock that out. There we go. All right. Now, all you have to do is stir all this together, make sure it's all mixed. It looks a little crazy right now. We haven't even added the cheese yet. That's gonna come in just a little bit. So it's just now coming to a boil. So I'm gonna put the lid on, and I'm gonna turn the heat down and simmer this until the macaroni is perfectly cooked. All right, I'd say that took about 10 to 12 minutes, but look at this.
Wow.
I'm gonna turn the heat off and stir, and I mean, that macaroni is cooked perfectly. And the reason I know that is there's just the right amount of kind of saucy liquid here. Okay, so I promised cheese, and this is where it comes in, bunch of sharp cheddar. Now, you can just change up and use whatever cheese you have. You can do processed cheese if you want it to have kind of that creamy macaroni vibe, but I love the sharpness of the cheddar. And I like to add the cheese right at the end. The heat is off, but everything is so hot, it's just gonna suck that cheese in and melt it almost instantly. Look at this.
Wow.
Oh gosh, there's cheese everywhere, Alex, just everywhere. I'm gonna add some parsley, stir it in. A little parsley always kind of elevates a dish like this. I'm gonna bring this over, like present it on the board.
Present.
Because it's pretty. All right, so then sprinkle some of the cheese just right in the center so you know what you're getting yourself into. And then more parsley.
Wow.
I mean, you wouldn't serve this to like a king or any sort of dignitary from a foreign country. It's not quite elegant or fancy enough, but it's good enough for my crew.